Okay, so we're going to have a look at setting the rock mass domains now. The first thing you'll notice is the Backfill tab. So by clicking the grey button up here, you can turn that off and on. I'm going to include Backfill because I've got a file for it. So simply we bring in our Backfill STL and that tells Stope examine which stopes to fill. You can do elastic or inelastic backfill, and if you tick inelastic, then that brings up a few more, the more Coulomb parameters. I'm just going to do elastic and assume the default values in this case. Now, automatically generated will be your host rock domain. Important to note here that by the word host, we don't mean host rock in the geological sense. We mean that these rock properties will be applied to the entire model first and then overwritten by any subsequent domains that you may make. So you can do, again, isotropic or anisotropic rock. I'll tick anisotropic for the moment just so I can show you everything. The density, Young's modulus, and GSI values first off. There's a lot of properties to fill in, or quite a few properties to fill in for rock. You can tell here there's about 14 properties. If you're having trouble knowing what any of them are, these help buttons are very good at explaining what they are. These are the anisotropic values down the bottom. Help will give you a pretty in-depth little explanation on exactly what those are. So I'll just go with mainly, I'll just assume these values at this stage. We've got MI max, intact rock strength. Let's say I want that to be a little bit stronger, maybe something more like a 60. And then any sort of discontinuity factors or residual cohesion. Again, if you're not sure what these are, residual parameters, it's as simple as clicking on the help button or referring to the IUCM paper available through Cavroc. And we'll leave it at that for now, and we can move on to inputting our in situ stresses. Before that, if you do want to create a second domain, it's as easy as putting a name in here, like rock2, clicking the plus button, and then at the bottom you'll get a second domain, and as I said, this will overwrite the host domain in the area that you apply these to.